I thought LeBron gave some good stuff last night, right? Like LeBron, I thought this was great perspective. This is actually really good perspective. Here's LeBron James. Okay, here's LeBron James talking last night after an unbelievable kind of otherworldly, almost out of body level performance from a guy who, let's just be honest, I kind of forgot he was on the Lakers. Lonnie Walker was drafted by the Spurs at the University of Miami. He used to have crazy hair, right? When he's at Miami, it was cool. It was like a high top fade, only it had twists at the top. And then it just got to the level of being sort of out of control, right? And that's what he was known for. Then he was like their second or third leading scorer. And he came over from San Antonio. And I mean, I got to be honest with you. I remember he was playing in game 2. He hit a shot. And I was watching the game with a group of guys. And it's like, who's that Walker guy? And it literally took me, I have pretty good recall on different players. I was like, I don't know. Like, it's Lonnie Walker. I was like, oh, Lonnie Walker. So Lonnie Walker goes from little U's, got some DNPs, to 15 in the fourth quarter. Here's LeBron James after the game.
Explanatory, obviously, how special he was in the fourth quarter. He had 15 of our 27 points. In my career, my 20-year career, I've seen a lot of young guys kind of lose confidence in themselves or lose themselves if they, been in a rotation or started or had big minutes on the team, and then they get taken out of the lineup because of certain situations or circumstances, whatever the case may be, and they just completely lose themselves. For him to be a young guy in his league and just consistently every single day showed up, been a professional, great energy, high character. It showed why he was able to throw everything to the side and just be him tonight. In that moment, the game ball definitely goes to him. We don't win without him.
I agree. Completely agree. But the perspective of what LeBron offered up is like, hey, look, this is a real thing. You're used to playing, you're used to getting reps, and you sit over there, you start collecting dust, and some guys start feeling sorry for themselves. They lose their confidence. They're not ready. There's a guy that he went and did more work. You guys know there's 2 buses to every NBA game, right? Real thing. 2 buses to every NBA game. And if you ain't playing, you better be on that first bus. And then you go to the game early, and you get a full workout in. Full workout. Then you go shower, change, maybe get something to eat. And you come back, and the other guys, the guys that are playing, they're getting their stuff, they're getting their work in. And and then you go through warm-ups and you do your thing. That way, you have to be sharp because you never know. But you get to this time of the year, you're like, they ain't going to call on me. And then they do. Right? In the complete opposite fashion, Julius Randle has been, I don't want to say a disaster, but very disappointing for a second straight year for the Knicks in the playoffs. They lose last night to the Miami Heat. And he said this.
You guys haven't been able to get the amount of offensive rebounds and loose balls that you were in the Cleveland series. Just what have they done to kind of beat you at your own game almost?
Just maybe they wanted more. I don't know. That's been who we are all year. We got to find a way to step up and make those plays if we want to keep the season alive.
That doesn't land well. And I'm trying to, everybody I think is trying to figure out, like, what's he mean by it? Byron, what do you think he means by maybe they just wanted it more?
I actually took more from it's been happening all year as maybe an indictment on coaches letting that sort of thing go by, letting the leaders or the perceived leaders on the team allowing that sort of thing. That's how I took it without him accepting responsibility. I had more of this has been going on all year sort of thing, that no one has put a stop to it throughout this entire year, even though this year has been considered a rousing success for what the most recent history of the New York Knicks has been.
Jay Stu, what did you take from it?
Can we hear that exchange one more time?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
You guys haven't been able to get the amount of offensive rebounds and loose balls that you were in the Cleveland series. Just what have they done to kind of beat you at your own game almost?
And just maybe they wanted more. I don't know. That's been who we are all year. We got to find a way to step up and make those plays if we want to keep the season alive.
Because I was trying to figure out if he used maybe they wanted it more tonight, but he didn't. He says maybe they want it more.
Yeah.
Like it's a constant.
Yeah.
To me, it's like that's such an indictment, but it also sounds like a guy who either knows he's getting traded or wants to be traded. That you just don't hear this from athletes.
Well, I take the opposite, though, Dan, from you. When he said this has been happening all year, I think he means we've been getting those rebounds all year, and we're not now. Maybe we just I take a little bit of there's two parts to it. That's a bad cliche that lots of fans use. They just want it more when you don't really have, because I always operate under the assumption that, especially in the playoffs, everybody wants to win every game. Right? That it does. There's a little bit of luck to it, but there's a lot of skill to it. There's effort to it, and that's what happens. But so I can't tell whether or not he's kind of tweaking the New York fans, like, oh, maybe they just want it more, or whether or not he's worn out by Tibbs, and it's something that Tibbs has said and challenged them on, and it's one of those deals where you get to the playoffs, and we've seen this from Tom Thibodeau's teams before, by the way, where the guys just get worn out by him. Is that possible, Dan, that he's just worn out by Thibodeau saying they just want it more than you guys? And you're just like, hey, maybe they just want it more. Like it's like an eye roll sort of sarcastic thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, we don't know. None of us know. We're just
That's
guessing.
the thing. It's
right?
left to interpret. It was just a bad thing to say.
It just is.
Period.
Would it be different if the coach said that? Like as a coach, if you said, hey, guys, I just think they wanted it more tonight, as opposed to a player saying that? Or it's bad either way?
I think that'd be bad, because then you're questioning your team's effort.
You're throwing them all under the bus.
Then you're
right?
throwing them all under the bus. I mean, just the thing, if you've been around Julius Randle, I've been around him a little bit. He's a really bright, he's a good dude to hang around. But he is not built for the criticism of New York. This is what happened last year. This is what's happening this year. And it's one of those deals where, and I also think, who said he's between a rock and a hard place? Was that you, Dan?
Olden.
Oh, Olden did, right? Between a rock and a hard place. I think that's part of it as well, where he's been the best player on a bad team in New Orleans. But when you're the best scorer on a good playoff team, it's completely different. Then you factor in New York, where you don't play good, and all of the hype and all of the support, it goes the other way when you're not playing well. Not everybody's built for that. And look, that's okay. It's one of these, it's weird. I don't know. I think if Shohei goes to the Dodgers, he's fine. The Yankees, it's a different level there, right? It's like, do you guys remember last week where Aaron Boone apologized for their start and said, don't give up on us. We're still going to be okay. And they were like a game over 500. Now, part of it is the Rays are so far ahead in first place, but a lot of it is just it's so different in New York. The expectations are so different. And I feel like that's weighing on Julius Randle. And that's where what Dan's got is nailing it, right?
That's where Dan's nailing it. But don't the Yankees have a lot of money? Do the Knicks have a lot of money invested in their team, as opposed to the Yankees? The Yankees have a lot of money invested in Stanton and in.
He makes a lot of money. Julius Randle.
Okay.
Didn't Julius Randle? He signed a 1-year deal with New Orleans, put up a bunch of numbers, and then got a couple-year deal with the Knicks. Right? Am I remembering correctly, guys? I got to look that one up. I'm almost positive. He did the old. He held out for a long time, and then he finally got a deal that he wanted.
Looks like he's in a 4-year deal right now.
How much?
He made 25 this year. He'll make 25 next year.
So it's like a 4-year, $100 million deal?
Yeah, it goes up a little bit each year, but yeah.
It does sound like that did not sound like a guy that's like, can't wait till we get home to New York. We're going to kick their ass, turn this thing around. Did it? So I'm not somebody who takes, you guys know me, I'm not somebody who takes a ton from press conferences, but like the idea of Lonnie Walker, who most people forgot was even on the Lakers, getting ready, staying ready, having that positive mindset. And look, it helps when you come off a win and you actually did it. Right? And then you have a guy who is going to play. They can't play without him. They're going to count on him. He's like, maybe they just wanted it more. That feels like 1, 2, 3 Cancun, doesn't it?
It's very defeated.
Very defeated.
By the way, I thought about this when you guys talked about Tom Thibodeau. What do you guys think when they go to the inside tracks during games? I think the producers are in a tough spot because they can't like show the coaches doing X's and O's and telling them how to guard. Right. So I think they do a disservice to the coach because then they just have him being like a hype man. Like, let's go to Tom Thibodeau. You have any like crowd noise, like arena? Like, you should kind of sound like this.
Okay. So listen.
You guys got to get after it. And you got to rebound. Now, don't give in. And you got to rebound.
Can I do one?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, now listen, we move the ball, we take good shots, we play good defense, we get out and run. All right, be all right. All right? Huh? Okay, we'll be all right.
Hey, just keep moving out there. Keep moving. Stay low. Play tough D out there, and you're going to get some turnovers. You're going to get some fast break points. Yeah.
Fine on that end. We're fine on that end. This end is where we got to work. We're better than they are. We're better than they are. Work on that end.
One more time. All right, keep believing in yourself. Keep believing. Stay the course. Do what we do. Be us. All right? Be us.
Play your game.
Be us.
We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Oh, you're so right, though, Jason.
You got to rebound.
Oh my gosh.
I guess as opposed to like, okay, we need to get Bob, you're going to go to the right. We're going to break down. You can't, like he said, you can't give the actual plays that they're running or else that's going to blow up for the team, right? I mean,
yeah. I'm guessing, Doug, you've been in those huddles. Like, I'm guessing the coach is giving them what he sees in the game, what the other team's doing wrong, or we could take advantage of this guy. But the producers can't put any of that in the footage.
Correct. So it's like the opposite of what you really want. You really want insight, and you actually get a cheerleader.
It's ridiculous. Whatever. And all the players have that look on their face like they're not listening.
Well, I mean, like Darvin Ham, like the question is, do they actually have the substantive stuff? Not all the guys have the substantive stuff, right? A lot of guys just doing generalities, and then some assistant goes like, hey, here's the coverage we're in, right? But I think other guys do have some substantive stuff.